Hello everybody, this is Valencia and welcome to my channel Balloons and Business, where I show you the business of balloon and event decor. Today I'm going to show you how I made this balloon and floral centerpiece that would be great for elegant events like weddings. I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial including how I made the floral arrangement. So if you want to see how I made this, stay tuned. So the materials that I used was this gold stand, a hand pump, Centerpiece satin pearl in 12 and 5 inch, and Centerpiece latte in 12 and 5 inch. Now I'm going to use this pencil and double stuff this balloon by placing the latte balloon inside of the satin pearl. Then I'm going to hand pump this balloon to about 7 inches. I want you to see the double stuff color and note that these balloons are recycled balloons that I'm doing for this tutorial. So I'm deflating the balloon even more to about 5.5 inches. Now I'm going to tie 2 of these balloons together into a dupe using the necks of the latte balloons inside. Then I'm going to repeat this process, making multiple dupes of balloons in various sizes ranging from about 5.5 inches to 4 inches. Now I'm going to take these 160 balloons from Centerpiece and I am going to tie a few of them together in one long stretchy balloon. Then I'm going to use that balloon to make a small balloon garland base. I'm going to tie the 160 balloon around one of the dupes, and then I'm going to take another dupe and place it on top in the opposite direction. Then I'm going to take that 160 balloon and I'm going to wrap it over the top dupe and under the bottom one, and over the top and under the bottom one, and tug for security. Then I'm going to take another dupe and place it directly over that one in the opposite direction and go over the top dupe and under the one directly below it, and then tug for security. And I'm just going to repeat this process. Now you will notice that as I'm going up the balloon garland base, I will be decreasing the sizes of the dupes. I started off with a couple of 5.5 inch dupes, then I made a few 5 inch dupes, then I used a few 4.5 inch dupes, and then a few 4 inch dupes. And I wanted to give this balloon garland base the look of decreasing in size as it's going upward. Also want to make sure that these balloons are small enough to fit inside and throughout this balloon stand. So once I'm done, I'm going to tie this 160 into itself, leaving some slack out. Okay, so I'm trying to make it look like this balloon garland base is spiraling inside and throughout this balloon stand. So I'm going to just take the base of that balloon garland and slide it into the stand at the bottom. See, I just slid those balloons inside there. Then I'm going to take the top part and I'm going to stuff it inside the center and then push it back out through the side on the left hand side right there. So I just stuffed it inside the center and pushed it out on the left hand side. Now I'm pushing that balloon garland down so I can give it room for me to take the top portion of that balloon garland and spiral it around the front, push it back through the center of that stand, and pull it upward, sliding those top balloons onto the bar of the stand. And that's how I'm going to keep those balloons secure on that stand. And notice that it's going in the spiraling direction, going down, around, and upward. So now I'm going to be adding a couple more dupes using the slack of that 160 that I left out. And again, I'm going to be decreasing size as I'm going up, adding my 5 inch balloons that I underinflated to about 3.5 inches. Now I'm adding those 5 inch decorators that again I underinflated to about 3.5 inches. I'm attaching them using a half of a 260 balloon that I simply wrapped around another balloon in that balloon garland. I'm adding these in spaces where I need to fill in gaps and add more texture to this garland. Some of these dupes I added by simply twisting them in to the smaller dupes that I already put on the garland. So now I'm going to take two 5.5-inch dupes, twist them together into a small cluster, and using a half of a 260, I'm going to attach it to the base of that balloon garland. To thicken that out, I want it to spread out a little bit at the bottom. So I wanted the top of this centerpiece to have more of a peak. So I just took one more balloon and I tied it into the top of that balloon garland using the neck of that balloon. Now I'm just playing around with the balloons, trying to get that spiraled S shape that looks like it's going up and around and out. So now it's time to make my faux floral arrangement. So I took some floral foam that you can get from the Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and I duct taped it to the stand. Then I'm going to be adding my dried palm leaves first. And I'm adding them at an angle. So the first palm leaf is going out top right, and the other one is going to be going down bottom left. I'm just trying to cut this duct tape a little bit on the side to make sure that I can stick that leaf into the foam. So what I'm trying to do for this arrangement is to create balance. So what I do for one side, I'm trying to do for the other. Now I'm going to cover up all that tape, right? So I'm going to take some of my faux roses and I cut the stems down to about 4 inches. And I am pushing those roses deep inside of that floral foam. I'm pushing it all the way in because I want to cover up that tape right there. So I'm taking those leaves off. Then I'm going to cut the stem to about 3.5 to 4 inches so that it's short enough to just stuff that rose all the way into that floral foam, because I want to make sure it's nice and close. So as I'm working in the center, the flowers are going in close. Now what I'm going to start doing is, as I'm going to go away from the center, the florals are going to start coming out more. They're going to be longer. So I'm going to cut the stems to longer lengths. And I'm going to start putting those flowers in out and at an angle. See that? So as I move out to the perimeter, closer to the palm leaves and away from the balloons, the roses are going to get longer and they're going to shoot out at an angle. So just a note, the roses will be longer and more spaced out at an angle as you get closer to the palm leaves. And then as you work your way down towards the balloons, they will be shorter and closer together. So I'm doing this not only to cover up the floral foam, but also to add more interest to this arrangement. In my opinion, adding different lengths and spacing them out at different parts of the arrangement makes it more interesting than just having all of the flowers be the same length and packed together. So now I'm adding 2 tones of pampas grass. I'm adding this dark colored pampas grass first, and I'm going to cut this to all the way basically to the root of the pampas grass because the stem is a little flimsy and it's not going to go into that floral foam. And notice how I'm spacing the pampas grass out because, like I said, I want to create balance. What I do for the top, I want to do for the bottom. And since I have 3 pieces here, I'm trying to space them out evenly. So you want to add different textures of florals to your arrangement. So I'm adding these branch-like florals here. And I got these from Hobby Lobby. In fact, I got all of my florals from Hobby Lobby. They really have quality florals for an affordable price. In fact, they have a 50% off sale every 2 to 3 weeks. So you definitely want to check them out for some quality faux florals. So I'm using this baby's breath type of floral, and it's not really baby's breath, but I don't know the name of it because they didn't put it on the package. but I just think it is so romantic and pretty. Now, one thing to note is that the stem is very flimsy, so it will not go through the floral foam. So I had to stick it in between the flowers and let the tension from the flowers keep it intact. Another thing to note is that these are very messy. Like, they will sprinkle all over the floor, so make sure you are ready to either sweep or vacuum or use a towel to catch all of this. Now, lastly, I'm adding the lighter color pampas grass to the arrangement, and I'm just doing like I did the darker pampas grass, just spreading it out evenly onto the arrangement. Now, I am not a professional florist by any stretch, okay? I like to study professional florists, whether it be on YouTube or just study their work that I see on Google or Pinterest. So hopefully you guys like what I'm creating. And here's the finished product to my balloon and floral centerpiece. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, go ahead on and like it, and please subscribe, and you'll get notifications on future videos on balloon and event decor. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.